Welcome back to CAD/CAM Legend. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how can you model this ball, valve and side SolidWorks. And we will also look at the different features that we have used in making of this ball valve. So this is really very lucrative view of the ball valve, and we will model this ball valve by using the feature manager design tree. Okay, and we will also look at the different features that we have used in making of this valve. Okay, see, so this is really very helpful for the beginners, also for the expert and SolidWorks. Okay, so first of all, we will see from where we have started this ball valve and where we have ended this. Okay, so let me suppress the other features. Just come downward and just hold your mouse on the green line, and let me drag it up like this. See, up to here. Okay, so first of all, I just draw this hexagon. Okay, let's look at this. Just click on this and come to edit feature. First of all, I just draw a polygon, especially a hexagon, and assigning the dimension 32 mm, and I just keep the extrusion length 22 mm for now. So this is the first portion that I have made. Just I will click OK, and let me drag it down to the second feature. I added this second portion. Let's have a look at this also. What I did, I just draw another circle on that face, having a diameter of 40 mm and extrusion length of 25 mm. And make sure you have to check the merge result. I will say OK. See, now come downward. The third portion that I have added is the circular extrusion. How I did this, let's have a look at that as well. I just draw a circle of 42 mm, having extrusion length of 10 mm. Make sure the merge result is checked. Okay. Next, what I did just, let's see what I did. And I added another portion of the same diameter, but this time, what's the difference? This time, I just kept the merge result unchecked and keep the extrusion length of 3 mm. Okay, and next what I did, I just add another portion, which is this one, but this time, what's the difference? Let's have a look at that as well. I'm to edit feature, and this time keep it blind and keep the extrusion length 19 mm. Make sure merge result is checked because we want to have the strong connection in between this part and the whole part that I have made it first. And I will just click OK. And next what I did nothing, just I added a cosmetic grids. Okay, how I did this, let's have a look at this also. Just come to edit feature and see, this time I just draw a stitch like this and assign the whole dimensions. Over here you can see we have assigning the different diameters, and this time make sure you have to assign a proper axis of revolution and keep the angle of revolution 360, because this time I want to have the circular revolution, not half of the circle, and I will say OK. Okay, and next what I did nothing, just this time I will add the cosmetic clips as you can see here. So let's have a look at this also. See, and let's have a look at the sketch, how I map the sketch to create these cutouts. That sketch, make it normal. I just draw a profile like this to create a cutout. See, assigning the angle of 30 degree and having the different dimensions I have assigned in here. I'll just exact sketch. Once you've done this, the next thing that you have to do is to pattern this. Okay, so I done this, I done that also. So pattern is not really difficult for you. Just come to circular pattern and assigning the proper axis of revolution. You have to view the axis, this one, and you have to select axis of revolution. So this is not a difficult task, probably for you people. Next, what I did, I just create a plane. Now you can't see the plane. This is why I have made the planes and a little bit just visible this plane. See, I have just created a plane. Okay, and let's have a look at it. Okay. How I created this plane, I just come to the reference geometry and creating a plane here. But once you come to the edit plane, so I have created this plane with distance of 50 mm, and I will say okay, and let me hide the plane. When I come downward, I will just add a fillet over here, which is actually this fillet, as you can see from here. Edit feature and keeping the radius of 1 mm and it's rated at 45. I will say okay. Next, what I did, let's have a look at that also. Just scroll down and I added this extrusion, edit feature, and up to surface. Meaning I have to extrude this profile up to this surface. Okay, and I'll say okay. See, you can see here that feature, and this time I have selected up to surface, and as you can just come to blind and double click on this surface to get the same result. This time I will use up surface. See, so as you can see here, the diameter of the circle 20 mm, and make sure you have checked the merge result in all of the cases. And see, I will say okay. Next, what I did, let's come down with, I just created another plane. Let me make it visible for now. This is the plane, and how I created this plane, let's have a look at that also. Just click on the plane, come to edit feature, and see, again I created this plane with respect to the top plane with a distance of 20 mm. And how you can create the plane, you must know about this. Let me hide this plane for now. I will come downward, and what I did, I just added another extrusion. How I added this, let's come to edit feature, and this is the profile that I have made on that plane that I have created first, having assigning the proper dimension of 15 mm and the length as 45 mm. and make sure the extrusion is 6 mm. I'll say okay. When I come downward, I added another extrusion by drawing the profiles of these extrusion portion. Let's have a look at that. Assigning the proper dimensions and by drawing all the profiles, and then I want to extrude that up to 4.5. Okay. And this time I want to add a round. When I come downward, so this is the chamfer that you can see here that I added, as you can see from here as well. See? I just select the corners where I want to create the chamfer, assigning the chamfer radius 1.5 mm and at a degree of 45. When I come downward, I add another feature, which is this one. I just draw a polygon on that surface, assigning the dimension 17 mm and extrusion of 3 mm, as you can see from here as well. I will say OK. Again, when I come downward, I add another portion on the top of the polygon. Come to edit feature, having diameter of 10 and extrusion of 3 mm. Okay. Again, when I come downward, I add another extrusion, having diameter of 8 mm and extrusion of 15 mm. Merge result you have to check. I will say OK. Now next, you can see your wall is going to build up. This is not really very difficult for people when you follow. Okay. When I come downward, I added this extrusion. Now, how I added this? For this, you have to assign the proper plane. Added the right plane, front plane, or the top plane. And then how I did this? Let's have a look at that. And I just draw a profile like this. We can make it normal. Come to edit feature and make it normal. Please select your plane. Okay. And I just draw a sketch like this, assigning the proper dimension, and make sure you have to keep as a method for now. And the extrusion is 19 mm above the plane. Now draft is involved over here. This is straight extrusion, and I will search. When I come downward, I added this portion. Let's have a look at the dimension of this portion as well. Okay. I just draw a sketch like this. I mean, assigning the proper dimension 14 by 14 mm. Keep it as a mid plane also. Assigning the extrusion in 6 mm. And make sure you have to check the merge result. I will say OK. Next, what I did, I added this portion for now. How I did this, I just draw a profile like this. If you can't see this clearly here, let me extend and come to sketch. I will say edit sketch. See? I just draw two lines here connecting them. And let me exact sketch for now. Okay. The next thing what I did is actually I added this portion. Now how I added this, let me check. Edit feature, and this time I just draw a slot type profile over here, assigning the dimension, and that is 3.3 mm of radius here, and having the distance from here till here is 2 mm. And make sure you have to extrude it up to 5 mm. But this time make sure merge widget is checked off, because this time I don't want to have a strong connection and between this portion and this portion also. Next, what I did, I just created a solid portion over here. You can see here how I did this. I just draw a profile like this on the top of this face, assigning the different radii. See? And make sure you have to keep this time 2 of both are 2 of. Both will work the same. And we will just look at the direction. Either this direction, and also see. You have to assign the proper color of the appearance, and if you don't like this, you can assign some other color as well, like red for now, or something else. So you can assign that. It's up to you which color you like. And let me add another fillet over here, which is this one, and let me check what the radius is of this fillet. That is 3 mm radius. I'll say okay. I'll come downward. I add another portion, which is this one. I just draw a circle over here on the top of this, having a diameter of 12.5 mm, and we have to extrude up to 2.5 mm. Okay. Next, what I did, I just draw a nut and added a nut on the top of this. Let's have a look at the dimension of this nut. I just draw a hexagon over here, assigning the dimension to 2 mm, and having extrusion of 6 mm. If you want to change the extrusion length, you can change from here as well. If you want to keep it 7, so you can. Let me keep it 6 for now. I will say okay. Next, what I did, let's have a look at this portion. How I added this. This is the chamfer, and you can see here. See? Next, we want to add some rounds. For that, we must have to come to fillet and assigning the radius over here by selecting the proper portion where you want to create the fillet. So I have created some rounds of fillet, you can see. Let's have a look on that as well. This fillet, which one is this? This is this one. And selecting the proper portion where you want to create the fillet and keeping the radius 0.5. I will say okay. We add another round where we added. Let's have a look at that. Selecting the proper portions where we want to create the fillet, assigning the fillet radius 1 mm. Okay. We added more rounds, one more round, which is this one, on the other side of the wall, selecting each and every edge that you can see here, and you have to check the full preview, assigning the radius 0.5 mm. I will say okay. See? Next, what I did, I add a chamfer over here, which is this one. Selecting this edge for now and having a chamfer distance 1.6 mm. And you have to keep the angle of chamfer 45 mm. Okay, you can see here I've added a template over here, and the last one of the features what we did, we add another chamfer on the right side. We add a fillet where this fillet is actually exists. Let's we have to look on that as well. Okay, so actually where we have sharp panels, so we must add rounds here. Okay, so for that you have to select that portion and you have to assign the fillet radius 1 mm. I will say after that what I did nothing, just I create a cutout on the top of this bolt. How I did this, let's have a look at that. I just draw a circle when it's going to tangent to the hexagon having a diameter of 12 mm. This time you have to keep it blind and you have to keep it up to 1 mm having the draft angle. Just this time I want to create an extruded cut, which is actually this one. Okay, so come to edit feature, just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so when I click here I will just come to edit feature. So I just draw a circle of 12 mm and having a draft angle of 75. Okay, but you have to check the left side to cut. Okay, so you will get a result like this. And I have made separate videos on this as well, so you can see that by visiting my channel CAD/CAM Legend. And the last thing what I did the same thing on the bottom of the nut. Okay, so this is how I made this ball valve. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial, also get something new from this. Okay, so hopefully you done it well also, but make sure this time you have to keep 60 degrees rather than to keep it 75 degrees for now. And you have to draw a circle of 10 mm. Okay, and also so hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial how can you make the ball valve inside the solver. Okay, and we have used a lot of features inside the by making in this ball valve. Okay, so you must have to familiar with the different features, and if you didn't watch my course I will provide a link in the description. Okay, so you can watch that course, complete course of the SolidWorks especially. And whenever we deal with something else like surfaces, sheet metals, weldments, etc., so I will provide the links in the description. Okay, so that you have to be familiar with the different features so that you can model a part related with that features. Okay, so this is something I made for you people to familiarize you people with different kinds of features that you have done well. So hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial, and remember one thing, if you are new on my channel, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel, also like our channel, share with your friends, like our videos. Okay, so that to receive such kind of tremendous tutorials for you people. Okay, see you in next tutorial. Thanks for watching.